Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. I thought I'll take you along for the ride on this one map that I'm busy converting, one of my own maps. It's called Pilgrim's Rest. It's a real place in South Africa. You can Google it. It's an old gold miners town in the Mpumalanga region. And I've built this map in FS19. I really loved it. It's got so much character and things to it that I thought well, I actually want to convert all my maps, you know. So I'm doing them one at a time, or trying to do them one at a time. But because I love this little map so much, it's a normal 2x map, I thought I'll just take you along for something that I'm doing here, which might be interesting to you guys. Since I've had some questions in the past how to do it, we're going to be building a waterfall on this side of the map, because there is one on the main map. I've actually had a waterfall here. You can see the remains of it because I've already brought over the terrain, what do you call it, the height map, or the map dim. It's the one I'm looking for. And then I've done the roads. I've done some all the little nitty-gritty stuff where the buildings go, brought that over. And this water plane that's in here, it's not going to work. As in FS19 it did work, but now with FS22 you can't have a water plane running the whole map, you know, because otherwise you won't be able to plant your vineyards and all other trees and things that you can't plant on top of the water plane, you know. So if there's a water plane under your map, you'll get an error there that it can't plant it there, you know, that type of stuff. And even the mesh paint tool doesn't work on top of any water plane. So anyway, without further ado guys, if this is the first time on my channel, if you've are a new subscriber here, or a new viewer, just please do remember to subscribe and to like if the content does help you. I really appreciate. Great man, let's get stuck in guys. So first we need a little bit of water in here. So I'm just going to grab my main water plane, just duplicate that first, just to get some water in here to get an idea. And then I'm going to take that duplicated one and make it significantly smaller. I just want to zoom out nice and far. So I actually want it very, very small, 0.001, maybe a 0.3, maybe that's a bit too small, 0.8. Yeah, that could work. Let's make it 0.01, 2, 3, 5. Let's make it 5, and then this one needs to be narrow, so we're going to make it 0.003, 5, 9. That should do it. Let's have a look, and Control and B, just drop it in here so we can have a look how big it is compared to the area that we want to fill it. So this is just to get an idea for water, you know, how the water is going to run and look. And now we can just stretch it a little bit here with our little thingamabobbies. But if you've made the thing that small from such a big one, it's very difficult. Sorry man, I've got the thing in my throat. Very difficult to get it accurate, you know. So let us rather do this manually by typing in here. We had it at 0.005, so let us make it 0.008. 0.1, let's call it 0.2. Yeah, that's all right. We're not going to plant any grapes up here, so it's fine. Good. So now I can just position this properly and have it go down to get to the right height. There you go. That looks about right. Still not 100%. Nice. There you go. I just wanted to disappear and show that little puddles and rocks and things. I think that's all right, just for a start, you know guys. So there we have some water. And what's nice, if I press play now, you can see the water is doing some goodies there. Nice. And I've got some grasses there growing underneath. Okay, doesn't matter. What we want to do is get here to the back where there's a waterfall, or supposed to be a waterfall. So we're going to make a waterfall falling down here. Now in order to do that, we need to have a look at some some first the effects of the smoke or the mist, and also the water falling down the cliff. So that's two things we have to sort of look at. Right, so in FS19, the waterfall or the water thingamabobby was very good, but I'm not sure in FS22 if it's still the same. So we're going to have to go into the in-game maps and have a quick browse there, check what it's like these days. I haven't done a waterfall in FS22 yet, so yeah, it's going to be fun. So let's do it together. So first of all, go to maps. Which map has got some waterfalls? Let me think. The Alpine map, I don't think that river is just fairly straight. The FR map, the French map, can't remember, but there is some hills and stuff, and there is some rivers. So let's have a browse. I've never really had a browse for waterfalls yet, so let's do it together and see. Suppose the easiest will be to go here to water plains, have a look what's here. There's no plains, nothing, no particle systems. It's normally under your particle systems. Oh my word, so we don't even have waterfalls in this one. Is it possible? That's off map. Yeah, it's a flat, straight river. So then, the US map. I know there's a little cave thing on the US map, so let's have a look at that. Maybe it's in there. It's a particle system that we want the water. Otherwise, we're going to just have to export from FS19 and see if we can import that particle system. Let's have a browse. Just going to have a sip of coffee, guys. Here we go. Self decoration. I don't see anything in here. It's possible that I can just miss it, but I know that's a dam. Somewhere here in the map there's like a cave thingamabob. Here it is. Is there any water in this? There is water down there, and hopefully we have one here that we can use. Let me just press the play button. I have something falling down there. Not sure what it is. Time winter ice block. I haven't seen this before. Okay, let's just stop the water running, because then I can just see what it looks like. That's the water plane there, waterfall cave. So they've made a custom water plane for this thing, which is quite amazing compared to the FS. Wow, this is really nice, I must say. This must have taken like many hours to do, guys. Just want to see what that is. The water plane height thingamabob. I don't see it anywhere on the map. And this one, 81 meters. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, that's just the planes for the dams. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, guys. Waterfall. Let's have a look at what's got going in here. Waterfall 2. Wonder if there's any attributes on these things. Let's have a look. Yep, it's just straightforward water, and on the waterfall itself, just nothing. Waterfall cave, nothing, and the water also nothing. So yeah, that's interesting. No attributes, nothing. It's amazing. Oh, this is fairly nice. I can grab this waterfall because it's all on its own and export that and use that on my on my scenery. On waterfall 3, that's flat down. 4, that's a tiny one. Maybe we can use this one and stretch it a bit. I'm going to export both those, 2 and 4. Let's try that. So go File, Export Selection with Files, and then we go into our map. Now this map, I've got it under my Maps Backups, FS22, Pilgrims, Maps, Mapify, imported. So we're going to go in here. There's water. I think let me make another thing here. Just going to call it waterfall. Waterfalls, just like that. How's that? And then for 1, let's just do that. Save, and then when it asks, we go yes to both because we want to leave everything in game. And the same with that one. Great stuff. So we call this one fall 2. So make sure it's the same place. Save, yes. Yes, alright, so let's go into the map and have a browse at how that looks. So there's no more smoke and mirrors in FS22. Oh my gosh, okay. So what we're going to do then is import this in here, and then let's go full 1 and have a look. I'm going to drop this in my... I wonder if it should be in Waterplanes. I forgot to have a look now. Because Waterplanes definitely has things in it. So let's just have a look at user attributes. No, the Waterplanes doesn't have anything in it, but the planes do, the actual planes. So we can drop it in there. So don't want to put it into something that doesn't have, that there's scripts running or attributes and all kinds of funny things, you know. Right, so Control B. Let's drop it down here. Phew, but it is tiny. Oh my gosh. So we're going to have to definitely stretch this a bit. Just for fun, have a look, you know, what it looks like. What I can do is just grab this. Is obviously way too big. Round. And then just get rid of this grass that's growing here. Just want to clear a bit of this grass so we can... Okay, and then the same with this. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff here. There we go. Some nice cleanup here. Interesting, interesting. So what we can do now is stretch it out a bit and make it bigger. And whether it's going to work, I'm not too sure, but it sure is interesting, guys, that's for sure. So I want to place it like that and just pull it out a little bit more. It's weird how this gizmo is sort of attached and looking at, you know, it's strangely skew. It's not aligned with the thingamabob that nice. Control B. Just want to see if I put it in there, what it looks like in there. Still not. I might have to edit my terrain a bit to accommodate, you know. And I can tilt it a bit, but yo, this gizmo is weirdly aligned. It's going to be fairly difficult to properly align this to the terrain. But anyways, the idea was to have a look at if it's going to work in here and what it's like, you know, to do water and waterfalls. Let's get all the challenges going. That is very strange. Can obviously not have water running. It can actually, if there's a lot of motion onto it, you know, it can do a bit of a skew thingamabob. Anyways, we're wasting time now, guys. I wanted to see how this looks here. Wonder what the shader is it's using. Let's have a look at the material, window material. There you go. Let's close the user attributes, and I just want to open this up a bit. It's got the ocean shader, just the normal FS22 ocean shader, and it's got a flow map running on the variation. So that is interesting. Flow map. So that's the difference. You'll use simple on your normal flat water planes, and the flow map is obviously this effect of the water running, you know, which looks good. I wonder if I just change my sun a little bit to 80. Let's have a look, just to get an idea of what the water looks like when it falls like that. To tell you the truth, guys, this looks nice, and I'm not too happy with the effect, you know, because it's not the same as FS19, where you had the nice white water with the foamy effects and things, you know. So I wonder if that's a possibility. You can play around with the color a bit. I see they've got it all balanced here. Maybe make it a bit lighter. Let's have a look if we go down to 3 on all of these. Does it make any difference? What happened now? Oh, there we go. It's more like syrup running, you know. It's not like real water. So I'm not too happy with that. Let's have a browse at the original. I just want to show you what the original looks like. So I'm going to leave this for now and just place it somewhere else, because we can maybe use that in relation to the actual the one we've got in there. You know, if we make that a bit wider. Put it back there. When I've got the original in there, you'll see what I mean. So you have to stretch it a bit the same, you know. So so X and Z, so that's 7. So let's call that 8, and this 8 as well, just to have it look the same, you know. Still too small for this gap here. We're getting more of an idea. Yeah. All right. Let's bring in something from the actual map from FS19. Now to do that, we need to actually go to the original map. Let's go. Just open that in a new window. My map's in there. FS19 Pilgrim's Rest. There's the one that's converted with the Giants converter. So let's have a first browse at that. Map 01i3D, and this one I have to open in. Oh, this is 903 as well, because it's converted. So let's have a browse. Strange how that thing looks like syrup instead of water. You know, I suppose in the setting where it's used and it's tiny streams just running over the rocks, it's not really falling like a waterfall, you know. I suppose in that respect it's something that's acceptable, you know. But for a real waterfall that roars and waterfalling, it's not going to really do the trick, because like I say, it looks like honey or syrup running over when you throw that out of a pot. It's not going to do the trick for me. So yeah, it's just not going to work for me. It's actually strange that none of the maps have real waterfalls. I've never realized that. But yeah, we live and learn, I always say, you know. Oh wait, is this thing going to open today or what's going on here? There you go, huh? Still loading. That is weird. The map is fairly big, guys. If I have a look at my my actual map size on... Oh, this is map US. What am I doing? Why am I opening map US? What is this? What is this evil befalling on us? Let me just save my map before I lose any changes that I've done. So I want to close this all up, and I think something has gone terribly wrong here. It says ready, so we can close that. There you go. That looks better. And yeah, the custom glossy terrain from FS90 to 22 conversion, which to this day I can't figure out why it's happening. It's got something to do with the fields, the terrain itself and the fields. I'm not too sure what it is, but anyway, we wanted to just go to the waterfall here and see what I've done here. Okay, so I've got rocks there and I've got a dam on top, so I'm in the wrong spot. This is how it is. So what I need to do is grab these rocks. Distant hills, it's not part of distant hills. Water plains, it's part of rocks. So we've got rocks. We've got some nice rocks there. So it's from that one to that one. Yeah, let's just export those. I still need to export all the rocks to FS19, so I wonder if FS22, so maybe I should just grab all the rocks, because they are nicely placed in the rivers and everything, so like you can see down there. So let me just rather grab all the rocks. I'll export selection with files, and then we go to Pilgrim's Rest, import it, and I'm gonna go here, new folder, rocks, just like so, so I can know what it is what. Okay, so we're gonna save that, and now when it comes to this, I'm gonna have to say no to both. Parent directory structure. The parent is my old map, so I don't want that directory structure. You want to keep game relative paths? Yes, I want to do that. Alright, so there you go. But the water plains, that is what we're looking for, guys. Here it is, the creek waterfall emitters. See which one is here. It's that one there. And vapor emitter is at the bottom. So this two we want to export as well. So I'm going to select them both. File, export selection with files. Go in here, and then I'm going to just create here waterfall, like so. Water, oh my word, I must probably just type it in there, waterfall. Save. Same here. No, I don't want that directory structure. I want to keep the relative paths. Yes. Although this is now converted to FS22, so the relative paths to FS22 is good. Alright. Okay, so I can close this up. We don't want to save it. We want to go back to our map, which is not this one, but Pilgrim's Rest converted. No. FS22, this one here. You have to keep track of what you're doing, guys, because otherwise it will be crazy. So, strangely enough, there's no vapor emitters or particle systems for water in FS22 someone has to probably still design them or make them, but yeah. Alright, so first things first, I want to just get the water up. File import waterfall, the rocks, sorry, imported rocks, just like so. Now obviously when I've put these rocks in, you will probably find that it's going to run some errors. Probably, let's have a look. That's normal. Oh wow, no errors. There it is, rocks i3D, no errors in FS22. That's very nice, I like that. So I don't have shader errors or nothing, or stuff glowing in the dark. All sorted. Wonderful, wonderful. I might as well have brought that water planes over as well while I was there. But this video is for the waterfalls, so let us not bother with that. So what we can do then now is grab that water plane at the bottom and duplicate it. So we have two. Okay, and then we can bring that up and make this a bit smaller again. So our X will be let's call this 0, 2. That's a good guess. And push that in there like that. Right, and now we can lift that up high so that it's sort of going to seem like it's going to overflow the cliff. That's what we want, the illusion we want to set. It must overflow this little rocks here. It's a tiny bit too small, so 0.25, let's call that 0.25, should be better, like so. Yeah, I think that's all right. It's going to be just fine. Oh, you misclick. When you misclick, guys, that's what happens when you misclick. It feels like it's a bit too high in the back. Some reason. What's that thing here? Oh, that's that waterfall. I was just going to say, what is that there? Oh my word. So I think a tilt will be in order. I'm going to tilt this back a little bit so I can have a bit higher in the front, lower in the back, something of the kind, just before it overruns here. I think that is alright, guys. It's just a bit too far. I might swing that rock out a little bit. So let us just bring that back a little bit, just like so. Great. And this rock, not that rock, this rock, that rock, we can make that a bit bigger, stretch it over. No. Actually want to just turn it around maybe. Yeah, it's going to fit better that way. It's going to look much better. Stretch that in there like so. That should be doing the trick. Yeah, look at that, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, so back to the drawing board. So now for the water. Right, so import that waterfall. Let's have a look at that. Water. Oh, I've got now two folders for waterfalls. That was the actual one, but I can delete that if I'm not going to use it, you know, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise. So right in here is the one we want from FS19. So waterfall. Nice. Okay. I don't see, that's the emitter and that's the creek thing. So if you press play now, you'll see them working. There you go. That's waterfalling, guys. That is waterfalling. Beautiful, man. Look at that. And you've got the splashes underneath. That's what I love to see. So guys, get yourself the FS19 Pilgrim's Wrist map, download it, and then you can export that emitters there for it. You know, you've got the smoke at the bottom. I just want to show you, you can do some adjustments on this. You can tilt it to let it spray further. Oh, sorry, you must actually press the tilt like that. Make it spray further if you want more of a roar, you know, in your waterfall. Now I've lost my little emitter thing. It's that there. Alright. Which in my case, I don't want it that big, so I'm just going to go Control Z to bring that back. Control Z. There it is. Still. Did I now tilt it back? No, I don't think I did. There you go. It was perfect as it was. I like it as it is. So that's the one thing you can do to it. And remember, if you're looking at it from this way, the block will disappear. So if you import it and you don't see anything, just move your view so you can see the block, that little green block. It's like all the planes are like that. Even if you look at your planes on the edges of the map, the borders, they are also like that. And then you can also make it wider. If you want a bigger waterfall, smaller waterfall, whatever, you can adjust those. And same goes for the vapor emitter at the bottom. Now this thing is just a thing that push up little smoke from the bottom. It does that. If you can come close, makes that little splashes for the water. So you can put a few of them if it's a big thing. You can make them bigger, smaller, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's very handy, very nice little things. I don't know why they don't have it in FS22, but there it is. You can import them without errors into FS22 by the looks of it. Oh, mind you, I'm talking trash. We haven't checked if the vapor emitters caused any problems. Started thread, that's the rocks, waterfall, I think. No errors. So they are accepted, guys. You can just directly export. So like I say, grab my map there at my website, Pilgrim's Rest for FS19. So you go to my FS19 downloads, download the map and export the water vapor emitters from there for the waterfalls. So if you want to make waterfalls, that will be the right thing to do, guys. Just import them directly into FS19, export it from my map into FS19 and build yourself some nice waterfalls. I mean, look at that, guys. Isn't it beautiful, man? I love it. It's really, really nice. Well, I hope it's been at least insightful, and thanks for putting up with my to and fro on the map. So this thing for FS22, it's really nice, but it's a no-go for me because it's not really a waterfall, guys. I mean, who they're kidding, you know? You can call it a waterfall, but it's not a waterfall, you know. So anyway, so what I'll do here is just grab these two and then just drop them into my water planes as well, because that's normally where you will stick them, you know. Great. Oh yes, one last thing, guys. It's very important to check your waterfall, because the distances on those things are normally by default very short. For some reason, they don't want you to see a waterfall from far, you know. In my opinion, that's pretty crazy. So as you can see, I'm at the road and I couldn't see it, and from here I can't see it. The further away you go, obviously the less you'll see it, but let's just set that correct as well. So at your attributes, you want to go to the emitter, which is that top one, and you want to make the visibility, the clip distance for that. I'm going to make mine 1,200 meters at least, like so I can see it. There you go. Now the little splashes at the bottom, yeah, I don't think that's very important to see very far, but the waterfall, at least you want to see from far, man. You want to see your waterfall. So if I zoom out to the other side of the map almost, I want to still be available, or at least possible, to see my waterfall. Remember to have play going, because otherwise you won't see it running, guys. So it's still 1,200 is still not good enough. So let's make it 2,000 meters. That should really do the trick. There's a little white dot there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is showing, but not really that good, eh? But I suppose in at this distance, are you really going to go that far? So I can maybe probably make it 2,500 and see if it does make a difference. No. All right, so 2,000 was good. It doesn't really matter. The map is only like 2,400 in total length from one end to the other. So I suppose 2K is good enough. But that's something to keep in mind, guys. You set your distances so you can at least see your waterfall a little bit far, further. Oh, but mind you, maybe my angle was just not right. Let me just get my angle. What is there that's sort of in the way? There's some rocks here that sort of stops it, but I like the rock, the water falling over the rock, so just leave it like that. Great. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Take care. Remember to like and subscribe. Have an awesome, awesome day. Cheers.